Hi, I'm Gloria Kenyon, Public Programs Coordinator for the Smithsonian American Art Museum at Renwick Gallery, and today we are going to be making crafts for our May 17th Handi Hour. That Handi Hour is a collaboration with our friends at the National Museum of American History, and we are celebrating the centennial of the entry of the United States into World War I. We will be doing crafts that are part of the handiwork that women did to support the Allied soldiers, and today I'm going to show you how to do some counted cross-stitch based on these embroideries. So this is called Airplanes over Paris, and they're just different versions of airplanes that were used by the Allied forces. And then you can see this is Paris and the Eiffel Tower, and I'll be showing you a basic Eiffel Tower stitch. They also did some things, so these are different Allied soldiers. You can see it's different French soldiers actually. And so I've translated that one and done a version of that you can see here. And then I've also done some of the airplanes in the Eiffel Tower. So I'll be showing you how to do the Eiffel Tower. And this is the pattern that I've translated the Eiffel Tower. So to start doing our Eiffel Tower, I'm going to take some cross-stitch fabric. This just has it's woven with little holes in it so you can easily get your needle through. And you can use a hoop if you want to hold it taut, but because this is so small and this is some pretty stiff fabric, I'm not going to do that today. And I've got my embroidery floss here. An embroidery floss comes in 6 strands, and you'll want to separate it out into 3 strands. So that you can more easily thread your needle and pull it through the fabric. And I've actually got a piece that's already separated into 3. So I'll just go ahead and thread my needle with that. And this is a cross-stitch needle. It has a really large eye, so you can easily fit the embroidery floss through that. So I'm just going to thread my needle. All right, so you'll just pull your thread through, and I'm just going to leave a little bit of a tail. And you can hold your thread in by looping your stitches around it once you pull it slightly through the fabric. But I'm actually going to tie a knot in it because I find that to be a little bit easier to do. So I'm going to start at the top of a hole and pull my thread through and come down opposite the opposite corner from that hole. And just pull that taut. So you're going to get half of the cross for the cross stitch. And I'm going to come through the second hole just above where I pulled my thread through and do the same thing. So I've got 2 little crosses right next to one another. And now I'm going to come back up to the top of the hole above just where I came through, pull my thread through, and come back down over, creating an X. So that is the cross in the counted cross stitch. 2 stitches here. So I've got 1, 2, and that's matching my pattern here. So these are the same two that I've done. And if you've done your counted cross stitch correct, you'll just have straight lines on the back. So if you can see on the back of this one, there's just straight lines all the way through. So when you're doing your stitches correctly, you'll see that it's nice and clean on the back and it comes out nice and neat on the front. So I'll show you a couple more stitches for the Eiffel Tower, and then I'll show you this final stitch to finish it off, which is the back stitch. So I'm just going to keep going, continuing in the same way that I did. But you can see I've got some nice clean stitches on the back here. And I'm actually going to trim my thread and show you how to finish this off. So to complete our Eiffel Tower, we're just missing this top little stitch that completes the tower, and that's a back stitch as opposed to a cross stitch. And I'm just going to show you it's really easy. All you do is come through the top of your fabric, and you're going to go just 1 square above where you finished your last cross stitch, and then come back down right at the top of that cross stitch. And the back stitch, you always come from behind and come over your previous stitches and meet them again. So we've just done 1 quick stitch, and that has finished our Eiffel Tower. So now it is complete.